When I was a teenager growing up in New York, I remember looking in the newspaper and seeing a ring that I wanted to buy. It was $70. It was a gold ring with emeralds, and I had saved up my allowance to buy it. Me and my best friend headed to the city to go to the jewelry store that was selling it. Once we got off the train, we walked a few blocks and we saw a crowd gathered. There was always something going on in New York, so we stopped to look. They were playing three-card Monte. Now, back then, this was a common thing on the streets of New York. Like every few blocks, you would see somebody playing some kind of game for money. I think I was about 15 or 16, and I didn't know that some of these games were rigged. So here we go. They have these three cards, and they're flipping them around, and you're supposed to pick where the specific card is. Usually two black cards and a red card. They do a few rounds. A few people are playing. Some people are picking wrong, and some are picking right and making money. I now know that all of that was a setup. So I have my $80, and of course, it looks so easy. Like, the card is right there. Everybody saw it, and this guy played like 14 times and won. So yes, I want to jump in. The guy says 20 gets you 40. So I take my little $20 out and I put it on the table, and all of a sudden the card is not there. I'm like, what? He says, you want to try again? So I try again. Once again, I picked the wrong card. So now I'm in panic mode. Long story short, I lost my $80. But not only did I lose my $80, I didn't even have money to get home because that $80 that I had saved up included the money for the tokens that we needed to get back to Brooklyn. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody yells, 5-0, and the dude flips the board, and the main guy and his partner scattered with my money. And I'm like, oh no. And we start to chase the main guy down the street. After about a block, the guy turns around and confronts us. He said, stop following me, in a real menacing tone. I'm like, no, we're teenagers and we don't have enough money to get home. He's like, if you're old enough to gamble, you're old enough to lose. And he tosses us 2 tokens for the train and kept running. I was so devastated. Like, I expected to come home with a nice gold ring on my finger. And instead, I'm going home with nothing but the feeling of being stupid and having been conned out of my money. So as we stood on the train platform on our way back home, I was standing on the edge looking for the train, and my bestie was like, please don't jump. She seriously thought I was about to jump in front of a train for $80. You would think that that would have ended my love of games of chance, but it didn't. And now when my best friend is with me at a casino, she'll say, 20 gets you 40.